Hi, this is Tor Lacey with a lecture about streams. Here's a list of the main objectives addressed in this lecture and through activities in this module. The first two are italicized because they are course SLOs. Let's consider streams in terms of their place in the water cycle. Most of Earth's water is contained in oceans. Water evaporates and rises into the atmosphere as water vapor, eventually condensing to make clouds, which yield precipitation. Rain does one of two things when it reaches Earth's surface. It infiltrates the ground to become groundwater, or flows over the surface as runoff. It doesn't take long for this runoff to become confined to a channel and flow downhill as a stream. Streams are any water contained in a channel. Larger streams are called rivers, while smaller streams have names like brooks or creeks. The bottom of a stream channel is called the bed, and the sides of the channel are the banks. The path a typical stream takes from start to finish is called a stream profile. The head, or headwaters, are where the stream starts. Here there are many smaller channels, tributaries, delivering water into the main channel, also called the trunk stream. As the stream flows out of the mountains, its gradient or slope decreases, causing the stream to slow and become more curvy or sinuous. In this way, the type of stream channel changes as the stream works its way towards its mouth at base level. A stream's base level is the lowest elevation to which it flows. Streams, glaciers, wind, and waves all do erosion, but streams are, by far, the most important shapers of the landscape, which is done through erosion and deposition. The geologically destructive process of erosion happens because streams are transporting sediment, allowing them to do abrasion, which removes rock from the land over which they flow. Think of them as conveyor belts of sandpaper, cutting down into the rock in their path. All the rock that streams pick up and transport eventually is dropped off through the process of deposition. Think of this as the opposite of erosion. Deposition happens wherever there is a decrease in velocity and the stream loses kinetic energy. The process of depositing sediment is geologically constructive in that the accumulation of sediment, called alluvium, builds up landforms over time. Once a stream reaches its mouth at base level, it stops flowing, meaning erosion stops and deposition must happen. The ultimate base level for most major rivers is the ocean. As a stream flows down its profile, velocity decreases, causing the type of geologic work to change, along with the shape of the channel. This results in three different types of stream channels: straight, braided, and meandering. Let's explore each further. While no stream channel is truly straight channel streams are the least sinuous. They are typically found in the mountains near the head of the stream profile, where gradients are the steepest, and they flow with the greatest kinetic energy. This results in downward erosion called downcutting, and the development of steep-sided, V-shaped valleys in stream beds with exposed bedrock. Any alluvium will be immature, heterogeneous, coarse-grained, and angular. On topographic maps, straight streams will show a straightish path and will sit at the bottom of narrow, steep-sided valleys. When streams are depositing more alluvium than eroding bedrock, they are referred to as alluvial stream channels because the stream bed is covered in alluvium. Braided streams typically form where the discharge or flow of a stream is too low to transport its load of sediment. This can happen near the toe of a glacier, where the stream is overloaded with sediment, or near the base of a mountain, where the gradient of the stream abruptly decreases and there is a loss in kinetic energy, prompting deposition of piles of sand to gravel-sized alluvium known as bars. The bars in the middle of the channel, called channel bars, act as obstacles to stream flow, forcing the water to flow around them and creating the many intertwining channels that typify a braided stream channel. The lateral flow of these streams erodes out a narrow floodplain. This braided stream contains many channel bars and is situated in a narrow floodplain. The elevated land adjacent to the stream channel is a stream terrace. These form when tectonic uplift increases the gradient of the stream channel, increasing the stream's energy and triggering downward erosion into the floodplain. This results in the establishment of a new, deeper floodplain, leaving older floodplains suspended above the stream's active floodplain. In this case, we can reason that there have been at least 3 episodes of tectonic uplift, as evidenced by 3 sets of stream terraces. This braided stream is near the toe of a glacier in Iceland. On a topographic map, the many intertwining channels will be evident. As a river flows farther from its headwaters in the mountains towards its base level, the gradient steadily decreases. As the gradient decreases, the stream's path becomes increasingly more sinuous. This sinuosity results in more lateral than downward erosion because stream flow increases along the outside of meanders. This results in erosional features called cut banks. While on the inside of the meander curve, stream flow slows, prompting deposition of alluvium and the development of point bars. This results in the development of the wide floodplains characteristic of meandering streams. Meandering rivers are typically perennial, meaning they flow year-round and can only transport fine-grained sediment. This photo contains a good example of a cut bank and point bar. Another feature characteristic of meandering streams are Oxbow Lakes, which form when a meander becomes so sinuous that it cuts itself off. The stream abandons the longer curved path for the new, more straightforward path. The topography depicted on this map is typical for well-established meandering rivers. It shows a wide floodplain, many meander scars and point bar deposits, Oxbow Lakes, and several subsidiary meandering streams. Incised meanders are a rare combination of a meandering stream and a bedrock channel stream. How could this happen? These form when the region over which a meandering stream once flowed was uplifted, increasing the stream's gradient and triggering downcutting into bedrock. Streams are the principal erosional force on Earth, but the rock they remove from one place must end up at another. This transfer of material results in the deposition of alluvium and the construction of landforms that become sedimentary rock. One of the most common depositional landforms, deltas, form at the mouth of a stream where it reaches base level. In this image, we have a delta. These form when a stream enters a calm body of water, losing its energy and depositing its load of sediment. Here's how a delta may be depicted on a topographic map. Natural levees form during flooding of meandering rivers. The sediment being carried out of the stream channel by the floodwaters is deposited along the top of the stream bank, accumulating as long, narrow hills that run parallel to the stream's channel. Here's a photo of a natural levee. Note the sheep for scale. Alluvial fans are common in arid regions where mountains are being uplifted, such as the southwestern U.S. They form where a straight stream exits its steep, narrow mountain channel, flowing out onto an open and relatively flat valley. This abrupt decrease in stream flow causes an abrupt decrease in kinetic energy, prompting deposition and the construction of a fan-shaped pile of alluvium. Because of the climate, this often happens during flash flood events. Here's an aerial view of an alluvial fan. Note the straight channel stream and the fan-shaped pile of alluvium at the base of the mountains. This is a profile or cross-section view of the alluvial fan in the previous slide. On a topographic map, alluvial fans are easily recognizable based on their shape, slope, and position relative to the mountain front. This is the end of this discussion about the geologic work of streams, different stream channels, and common stream-related landforms. Thank you for listening.